Let's play some APBA golf. I'm Scott Moeller, and we're back to play the back nine at Empire with Jeff Siegel. Jeff, welcome. You doing okay tonight?
Yeah, feeling good.
All
feeling a comeback, the back nine.
Yeah, comeback. Well, yeah. We'll get into that in just a few minutes. I know that you were handicapped last time we met, which was last week, for a couple of reasons, all of which were my fault. And you were at a severe disadvantage. And kudos to you for even being able to cope with the situation, given the difficulties that I had getting the game caddy to do what I wanted it to do. And in the series of emails I've sent out since that time, I've made it abundantly clear that it was not the game caddy's fault. It was operator error. That was entirely on me. And tonight I'm going to show folks how to not do what I did and be able to correctly play with both the male and female APBA golf cards in the same grouping. But before we get to that, I want to back up just a step here and ask you, Jeff, how did you get into APBA golf? I don't know that story.
Yeah, well, I'm the youngest in my family. My brother's 14 years older than me, and he went to college at Princeton, and he had APBA baseball, and he took that with him. And the guys in his fraternity or whatever he was, what breakfast club I think they called there, or eating clubs, they broke up the teams, and they played a full season over the course of a college year. And when he came home from school, he would tell me about it. So then I got into APBA baseball. And once I got into APBA baseball, somehow somebody in, I think my sister's girlfriend had APBA football, and he gave that to me. So I got into APBA football. Then somebody was selling an APBA golf game. I said, I like everything else APBA. And I started playing golf. So I had the original game. And I played that a while, and it was good. And it was something, it was good because it was something I could do as a one-off. It wasn't like I had to plop down and play a whole season of baseball or football, which I always feel compelled to do. I rarely play like just a one-off game. Once in a while I will. And so I did that for a while, and then I put it away for a while. When the new golf game came out, I picked that up.
Yeah, just a second. So I have some time reference here. How old would you have been at about that time?
I was probably 27, 28 when I started baseball when I was 13.
Okay.
Football probably around 16. And so it was a long gap. I think it was maybe around when eBay started coming around, when I started looking for other APBA things. And that's when I picked up the golf game. So I played the original for a while, and I put it down for a while. But when I saw the new game came out, and I'm on Delphi forums, and I see like all the talk about that, and people started talking about the new golf game, and I saw some blurbs on it, and it seemed a lot more intense than the one I was playing. So I said, let's give that a shot, and it's great. And then the game caddy came along and took me to another level, because that just sped up my game, and it made it easier to play on a more regular basis, I should say. So that's pretty much how I got into APBA golf. It's just
well, I think your origin story, if we call it that, is not too different than mine and probably many other people, right? There's an older brother or a father that discovered the game before we did, and right. They got us interested in it. I know that was the case for me. And it included the baseball, football. I think at one point my brother and I even played an APBA basketball game, but we must not have done that for very long, because my memory of that is not clear at all.
I've got that too. And if you had about 6 hours to play a game, you could do it. That was the problem with APBA basketball. It just took forever.
Right.
But I've tried them. I've got hockey, which is great. The new hockey game is great. Yeah, pretty much. I'm almost tempted to go into soccer and just complete the cycle at this point. But I even have a horse racing game.
So you have the saddle racing game too?
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Was it on floppy disk?
No, that I have the board, the game board and cards and everything. Yeah, that's and that's also a fun one where you could just you have a couple hours, run a race, and that's fun too.
Yeah, and not to drag this out, but did you with the baseball? Was it were you just using the cards, or did
It
you graduate the
started as
computer?
cards, and then when I got a little bit older and computers were the thing, I did have it on, I think, baseball for Windows. Didn't try the new one, the APBA, I think it's called. But I had
Right,
baseball for Windows. I did that. Yeah, so that was the only one I had on computer, I think.
right. Well, you mentioned about the basketball game taking 6 hours to play, and originally with when I say originally, what I mean with the 2014 version of the APA golf game, the master game,
Right.
um, it was taking me certainly that long to be able to play even with just one golfer because the complications and trying to learn the rules and roll all the dice when you're supposed to roll the dice and keep track of everything and do all the math.
Right.
And that's why I developed the Game Caddy, was to streamline that whole process.
Yeah.
And then in this past year, after some people saying, "Hey, the Game Caddy's great, thanks for doing this, really appreciate it." I also got feedback that for some people that still is more complicated than what they want. They may have played the original golf game like you did and I did as well.
Yeah.
And they wanted something just simple to play, something you could actually drink beer and play the game at the same time. There was like no way you're going to do that with the master game, unless perhaps you're the designer of the master game, you might be able to do it.
Yes.
But us mortals, don't have that facility, right?
Yeah. No.
And so in from version 6, and that's what we're playing here. We're playing 6.2 tonight, or 6.2.1 beta tonight. Is you can now play that original version of the APA golf game, but you play in basic mode, and that just shuts down a lot of the other features that are in the game. Like there's no wind, there's no lie rolls, there's no dog legs, and it just takes it back to the original game that I think Dick Seitz invented. And with new users coming on, particularly with the nice exposure we got in the APA newsletter yesterday, and me getting quite a few emails in response to that requesting copies of the Game Caddy, I encourage new users or people who got frustrated if they tried to learn this game and it's been sitting in a closet somewhere. Start off with the basic game. You'll find that that's a whole lot easier to play, and it can be very, very enjoyable, and it goes quick. It really goes quick.
I agree, and having that option of being able to play the basic and just kind of getting your feet wet a little bit, and okay, here's how I aim, here's where I hit it, here's how the clubs are, what the lengths are. Okay, here's where I want my landing spots to be, and then when you get up and running, you say, you know what, let me tweak this a little bit. Let me see what we can do and turn the master game on. And again, I said this last time, the Game Caddy is not really a cheat. It's not, it does all the work for you, but you should really go back. And I said it last time, it shows its work. If you go to the conditions tab after the shot goes, and many times I did this, especially early on, and still now, I'll think it should be at 345, 10 left, but the Game Caddy says it's 345, 20 left. And that doesn't make sense. And I'd immediately email you saying there's a problem. And then I'd look and I'd say, no, there was a wind adjustment that I didn't see, or there was a dog leg that I forgot to account for, or there was. But all that is in the caddy itself, and you can see why it did what it did. So it helps you learn, because then those rules start sticking in your head too. So when for some reason you play without the Game Caddy, maybe you just want to do a little, paper and pencil. Those rules are still stuck in your head now because you learned it. So I think it's a great tool.
Well, thanks, Jeff. I appreciate those kind words. So I'm going to look over here to the chat screen. No one has chimed in yet. I'll keep an eye on the chat screen. If we have people out there that have joined us live, let us know that you're there. Or, if for whatever reason you prefer to stay anonymous, that's okay too. But I know, from looking at viewing numbers after, we wrap up a show, that there's a lot more people that are watching than are actually showing up on the chat screen. But you're welcome to join in, cheer us on, boo us if you want. And certainly if you have questions about what we're doing, feel free to raise those as well. And I'll try to, divert my attention frequently so that we can address whatever things come up there. All right. So now for the big reveal. All right. So last time, in case you didn't watch the last video, and there's a part of me that hopes that you didn't, because it was just a mess. I mean, the video turned out okay, but it was a mess, and because I had gotten one of the settings wrong when setting up play for both LPGA and PGA golfers at the same time. And you say, well, how can somebody who created the tool misuse the tool? Well, trust me, it happens more than just on that one occasion. Because and people sometimes will ask me, so you have like a 76-page user guide. You really expect people to read that user guide? No, and the answer to that is no. But I don't expect me to be able to remember everything that's in there either. So the reason that user guide is as big as it is that I often have to go back and look at, how I did something 3 years ago when I put it into the Game Caddy, because I don't remember all those details. And keeping in mind that things change over time. And so the way that you would have done something in version 3.0 of the Game Caddy is way different than how you do it in 6.2. And I don't remember all of those, changes by heart. Trust me with that. Okay, so I'm human, made one mistake that threw everything off. And if you're new to trying to learn how to use the Game Caddy, I encourage you to not watch the last video on the front 9, because it will just confuse you. And hopefully things will go much smoother tonight, and this will be a good introduction to you to the Game Caddy. All right, so we've got Carl here. And Carl says, Carl Schock here, brand new Caddy user. Carl was one of the folks that contacted me right after the newsletter came out, and sent him a copy of the Game Caddy, and hopefully he's had a little bit of time to tinker around with it. All right. So all right, these were our scores from the front 9. And, Phil, the player that you had, Jeff, was 5 over. And, again, how you even managed to have a score that good, I don't know, because the information you were working with was mostly wrong. And then Annika, the player that I had, everything worked perfectly for her. She was unaffected by the problems that we ran into, and she was 1 under for the front 9 and got off to a torrid start with 3 birdies in a row. Okay. So, Jeff, yes. Do you know what went wrong? I mean, do you know why it went wrong?
You got me stumped.
All right. So let's go over to the conditions tab. And I could do this by the hotkey combination of Control O, but you're not going to be able to, as a viewer, you're not going to be able to see me do all that. So I'm using the mouse to get over here to the configuration settings. And I want to pay attention to this in case something changes when I accept this. We were using pin number 6. Our day wind is not calm, right? It was blustery.
Right.
Oops. That's just me clicking too soon. I got to click somewhere else to get this to switch. All right, blustery, and now it says soft. I don't want soft. I want normal.
That was normal, so right?
I'll just keep cycling through here. And I may end up having to do this again after I make the change that I do. Let's see. So I'm clicking configuration settings. Okay, so there's all kinds of things in here, and everything in here is right except one thing. Here's where I screwed up. And again, for reasons I've just told you, for the alt hole and club distances tools, okay, and I'll show you those in just a second, I selected to use the LPGA mode. Why did I do that? Because I had Annika Sorenstam playing. She's an LPGA player, right? But what the mistake I made was she's playing against Phil Mickelson, who obviously is not an LPGA player, right? So what I needed to do, or should have done, was leave this at original. I think it was originally at original, and I changed it to LPGA. Now, everything else in here is right. I'm not going to change anything. Again, if you didn't see the last video, just to point out, we're playing with the master game rules. We're using the master game line types, and we're using the regular putting boards, and we are playing with dog legs using the original 2014 game rules. And the rest of the stuff I'm just going to ignore because it's secondary importance for what I'm trying to point out here. Right, so
Scott, if I can interrupt you for 1 second, but that LPGA button obviously has a function. So yes. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm assuming that if every player that was playing was an LPGA golfer, that would be the button you press. But since this is a mixed match, if you will, you still stay on original. And I assume there's another way we get around that because I think, if I remember from the last time, because I don't have any LPGA golfers, so I never use it, but I think there is a way to shut off players and turn on players that will have the different distance effects. Is that right?
You are 100% correct. What that LPGA setting does, I'm going to come over here to Empire, and I could pick any of these courses. They all work the same, but we're playing Empire. What if I had the LPGA option selected? And in fact, there's no reason I can't go back and do this. I'll just do Control O here, right? I'll select LPGA, and it may not show up right away. Yeah, it's not going to show up until after I load. So let me load a hole. I'll just do this real quick, and I can undo this. We'll load a hole. It's going to take me over to who's up next. But if I come back now to Empire, what you'll notice is the LPGA setting automatically populates the alternate hole distance tool and the alternate club distances tool with the APBA rules for LPGA players. So in this case, it's taking 40 yards off the hole length, okay? And it's taking a driver to 4-wood and taking 30 yards off that club distance length and 20 yards off for the hybrid to 4-iron. And then from the 5-iron down to the sand wedge, it knocks off 10 yards. And so it's just a convenience so that you don't have to manually do that yourself. And then you can decide down here which players are going to follow that and which aren't. But that was the mistake I made last time, because I was thinking in reverse of how the game caddy actually works. So, and if we just had LPGA players, this would be fine. But because we have the mix between the men and the women, we can't do what I tried to do last time. So I'm going to undo this. And I'm going to take this back to original. Apply settings. And now you'll notice that these values have been zeroed out. And I'm going to just go back to the conditions tab real quick, because sometimes this day wind will change depending on which setting is changed on that configuration settings menu. But it didn't make any changes, so we're in good shape. But what I do need to do now, so our first hole is hole number 10. Okay, and I can show it over here. You can't see the numbers here. I've tried to, zoom in as close as possible because people have a hard time sometimes seeing this on smaller monitors. But this is the hole that we're going to be playing, hole number 10. It's a par 4, and we're going to come back to the game caddy. And I'm going to go up here, and this is hole 10 here, right? And we're playing pin 6, so that hole is going to play at 510 yards. And if you remember what I said last time, and is with the APBA game rules, and by that what I'm referring to are this rule book that you have if you have the game. Okay, on page 6 of this, what it's going to do is it's going to tell you, all right, that when you have a par 4 that is 440 yards or longer, as this one is, then we need to subtract 40 yards, which is what we saw before. But what I need to do now is come down here. Annika is in player 3 caddy, and we have Phil in player 4. So I need to turn that off for him. So that means he'll be playing that hole at this 510 yard distance, but Annika will be playing it at 40 yards shorter than that. So what's that? 470. That's what that hole will be for her, because she's going to be hitting from the forward tees. Then we come over here, and again, I just need to put the information that was in there previously. So a driver and woods play at -30. A hybrid to 4-iron plays at -20. This is from page 6 of the rule book, and these two play at -10. And the reason for the extra box here, I divided the 5-iron and all wedges up into 2 different boxes to give people flexibility if they want to customize this and make these differences different from one another. We're not going to do that tonight. And then I got to come down here and I got to do the same thing that I did over here. I've got to, I want this to apply to player 3, who's Annika, but I don't want this to apply to player 4. So I'm going to click on player 4, and now it says no. And now this will stay the way that it is for all 9 holes that we're going to play tonight. Won't have to, do that each time. But what I will have to do is I will have to change the hole distance, right? Because the hole distances are going to change from hole 10 to 11 to 12 and so forth. So this value here will change. And if everything works the way that it was meant to work, I won't have to fool any further with the Y's and the N's down here. Is that clear, Jeff? Was that an explanation you could follow?
Absolutely.
All right. So let's transfer hole number 10. Now I'm going to get a message here probably telling me that that may not be the next hole number, but that's because I've been playing around with the caddy. All right. So yeah. So yeah, the selected hole number is not consecutive with the previous hole number. Do you want to load this hole number? Yes. And the reason it's not consecutive is because I was doing some other things with it.
And Scott, that makes sense now, because when we played last time, even though you had set Phil for no, but when you came back, it had switched back to yes, which makes sense because of that original setting.
Absolutely. Yeah. And last time I was so convinced that the problem was because this was a beta version. It wasn't tested. I'd gone in to try to fix a few things, and I thought, boy, I've really, messed something up in here. And I kept trying to go down that path to figure out what was wrong. And, as we joked around before, I didn't trust the game caddy, right? The caddy was right. I was wrong in what I was trying to get the game caddy to do. But,
say it all the time. Caddy's always right.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to be up. I do have a bounce back point. Let's take a look at this hole again with those cards removed. All right. So oops, wrong button. Sorry. There we go. Here's the hole. Okay. So our pin number is number 6, which you can that's a 6. It may be a little bit fuzzy on your screen. Don't adjust your eyes. It may be my camera. It may be the fact that I'm limited to 720p resolution. I'm not sure exactly what to do to make that better. But trust me, that's pin number 6, way over there on the left edge of the green. We've got a dog leg out of here at looks like 395, which certainly won't affect my tee shot. We've got fairway to the left side of the center line, and not so much over here to the right. And then, of course, these bunkers and deep rough, not to mention the trees along here. So I'm going to try to target an area that's basically in this vicinity, so somewhere in here for Annika. So let me go back to her. And so she has an average W of 4, which means that for a driver, that shot is going to go to the right. I know that because I know enough about the lower digit numbers on these boards. She has a bogey, so I could take the bounce back. And let me take a glance here. If I do that, I may be okay because we don't have any wind. There's no hole notes up here. Let me open this up. I'm clicking all in one menu button. So a driver is going to go 235, but it's going to add this 40 yards. Remember, the course is 40 yards shorter for her. So that's 275 that ball is going to carry. And then it's going to roll. We have normal conditions. That's going to roll 25. And if I take the average W, that's going to put me in the intermediate rough. I don't think I'm not going to use it in this situation. I may not get another bogey where I can do that, but instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to aim 10 left.
Well, I hope you get another bogey so you don't waste it. Let's put it that way.
And again, for new users like Carl, if you're playing the strict APBA rules, when you take your average momentum, or excuse me, you take your momentum or bounce back points, you can't aim or work the ball. It just is what it is. Now, you could ignore that rule if you want, but that's the reason I'm not combining those two things. Okay, so 10 left, and I'm just going to hit. And Jeff, I'm sorry, I missed what you said. I apologize.
I said I was hoping you get a couple of bogeys so you get to use your bounce back points. I hate to see you waste them.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so here we go. Here's her shot. 24 is a 4, so I got her average W anyway. So I will take that. We'll reduce it by 5, so this should land at what I said, 275.
Yep.
Oh, it's and that's right, because I aimed. I'm right on the center line, and I'm going to get a 25 roll, fairway roll. So let's add that in. So I'm at 300 right on the center line, and I will put that marker. So the ball landed here and rolled to here. And the marker's sticking to my fingers again. Okay, that's 300. Come back here to the game caddy. I've already put in the roll, 25. I'm going to update. And we're in the fairway. And now you're going to be up.
Okay, and I'm going to go aim 5 left.
And you've exhausted your one bounce back, so you can't take any more. So 5 left.
And we'll go driver.
Driver, okay, that's the default. So,
you have my clubs in there, right? 3.
Yeah, I didn't change anything from last time.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, good. Okay.
53. So this is going to be a little bit short, but
it's a 7.
Tell me the number.
It's a 7.
Okay. All right. You'll be in fine shape. All right. So your shot went 250, left 15 with 25 roll. 250. That's here. And 25 roll puts you right there. Yep. All right, you're good. Well done.
All right.
Let me put the 25 roll in there. 275 left 15. So you're going to be far.
Yep.
With and short-sided.
Short-sided, yeah.
And your carry objective is 240.
Let's see.
Chat boards are quiet tonight.
Yep.
Everybody's intensely studying your move here.
Yep. All right, let's go 5 wood.
Okay.
No aim, just straight up.
Yeah. Well, and of course, you couldn't aim because
right. I meant work the ball, not working the ball right there. Yeah.
Okay. 16. Ooh, that's probably not good.
No, 12.
All right. So you land at 490, right 25 with 15 fairway roll. So 490, right 25. 10. It's hard for me to see this. I need to put some light on this.
I think I missed the bunker.
Oh, yeah, you're in the deep rough.
Yeah.
Right there. So you're not going to get any roll.
Nope.
All right. My light's not working great. All right, there we go. So we'll just record that. Now, the good thing is, again, at least unless you're playing some homebrew rule, the good thing is that when you're this close to the green, when you're within 100 yards, it doesn't make any difference if you're in deep rough or regular rough. The APBA treats them the same.
Right.
Game caddy treats them the same. I'm going to record it as deep rough, but I could just as easily record it as regular rough because the game caddies internally is going to convert that to regular rough. Okay. Now I do have a good angle. Now the question is, do I want to aim 5 left or something along those lines? And I'm not inclined to do that. I mean, this is such a small green. I'm not going to be greedy here. My distance objective is 210. 2-iron is probably going to be a little bit short. I don't want to hit a 4-wood maybe. 4-wood will go off the back of the green, although that would leave me more likely in fairway than in a bunker. So that's something to think about. But I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to do a 2-iron and just try to hit it straight down the middle if I can. 44. She got all of it. That's a 3. That's going to go a little to the left here. A 3 is her average eye. Now, here's the thing. I mean, if I wanted to take the time, to do all of the math on this, I certainly could. But I think that's just going to go 5 left. So I'm actually going to leave. I'm not going to take the average. It would be average. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, she did a 2-iron. I misspoke.
It is 5 left. So,
yeah. The game caddy would have caught me if I tried to take the average. It would tell me that I didn't have the right number. Yeah. Okay, so we'll just take the shot. So it goes 500 left 5 with 15 green roll. So 500 left 5. 10, 25 left 5. And 1. Am I a diagonal away? Is that what you got?
It's 500 and 15 roll.
500 left 5, 15 roll.
1 diagonal.
Okay. And again, just to kind of show people, 500 left 5 is right there, and then 1, 2, 3, 15 roll. It's actually easier for me to see it on the computer screen than it is on the board that's directly in front of me. Okay, back here. So 1 diagonal, we'll put that in the putting caddy, click calc, and 10 feet away. And now you're going to be up. And we'll come back here, and here's your situation. I'll get rid of my ball marker. And you do have a good angle, of course.
Yep.
And your call distance is 40 yards, and you're approaching from the east.
Yeah, that's okay. Let's leave it. I got a pin seek.
So you got to play aggressive given how far you're down. Okay. Yep. So we'll roll this 66. Now, if you're playing baseball, you'd be happy. I don't know if you're going to be happy with this or not.
No, 2.
All right. Take that. So, all right. So you're -5, right or left 5. All right. So let's show what that means. So -5, right or left 5, you're going to be a diagonal away too. So let me show he's approaching from the east, right? So that means he's going that way. T is always south. So you're approaching from the east. And if we put the marker right on that target and we back up 5, that's the -5, you can either go right or left 5. In this case, it doesn't matter. You're on the green either way, and you're 1 diagonal away.
Right.
All right. And let's see what you're going to end up with. "16 feet." That's kind of crummy, isn't it?
And a chance to break. Ugh.
All right, now we're going to go over to the putting boards. Again, we're using the regular putting boards. You're out. I'll roll for you.
Let's go for it.
Go for it. Yeah, figure. Hopefully you'll get another 66 here. 25 in the P column.
It's a 24.
All right, so that's this column here. 24 is 3 feet. And then we agreed that we would use the second roll up here, 35.
And that's a 9, so that should be in.
Yeah, 9 is in from 3 feet easily. Okay. All right. Oh, I hit the wrong button there. My bad. Okay, so I need to roll from 10 feet. I'm going to go for it. Annika, 31. That is a 22 in the P column from 10 feet. She misses it by a foot. And 52 is a 21. That'll be good from 1 foot easily. Okay. That's the button now. Okay, so you're at, I guess, 6 over at this point.
Yep.
And I'm still at 1 under. All right. So everything is working smoothly. Thank the Lord. I think I hear cheering out in the gallery.
See, you got to add sound effects, Scott.
Okay, so let's go ahead and put up hole 11, which is going to be another par 4 here. And let's see, this is pin 6 up in the front this time. And let's come over to the game caddy. And we need to go to Empire. All right, hole 11, pin 6 is 425. Okay, so par 4s up to 439 yards are minus 30. So what I need to do, you know what's happened here because I just hit Control W to maximize the screen. Anybody can do that. So and these stayed the way that they were supposed to. Good. So minus 30 this time. And these stayed put the way that they were supposed to. So we're Carl says, woohoo! Thank you, Carl. All right, so I'll transfer the hole now. Oh, let me click it again. All right. Okay, I'm up again. Let's see, we got a tailwind this time. So this is going to be a variable tailwind. And I'm going to get 30 extra carry because of those forward tees. So that's going to be 265 roughly before the roll. Let's take a look at the hole again. So 265 before the roll would be here. I want to go to the right. If that's going to be the distance. The question is, do I want to aim any to the right? Because I don't want to be over here to the left. I might aim 5 right or maybe even 10 right. I have to think about that. But with the roll, the shot presumably will go somewhere in that area. All right, so I am going to stick with the driver. It's just a question of how far right I'm going to go here. Now, I'm not going to take the time to count up the number of odd and even numbers that she has in the W column. I think I'll just go 5 right. And hopefully I won't regret that. But all right, driver, take the shot. 66 is a 1, so that shot went left. Let's see what the tailwind. The tailwind might straighten it out a little bit too. So a 1. So I get 5 additional carry and 5 green roll, but obviously the shot's not going to be on the green. So that shot carries to 295 left 10, and then 30 roll. So let's see where I am. 295 left 10. I think I'm okay. That's intermediate rough, right?
Yep, absolutely.
And I'm going to get 30 roll. So that's going to be 10, 20, 30. That's in the fairway.
Yep,
it's right on the line. I mean, to me, it looks like it's in. If you disagree,
I agree.
We'll put the 30 in there. I put 300. take me off the course. Okay, 325, left 10. Update that. We're in the fairway. All right, your turn.
Aim 5 right, driver. Come on, Phil.
53 again. Interesting. 7.
7. Yep.
Told me last time, right?
Yep.
See what the tailwind does to you. So the wind did nothing for you. So you end up going 250, left 5 with a roll of 25. That's going to be in the fairway.
To the fairway, right at 275.
Yeah. So we'll just put you at 275, left 5. I'll just go ahead and update that. 275, left 5. Come over here. And you're going to be far again.
Yep.
All right. And you're short-sided. That pin up in the front of the green. And your carry objective is going to be 150. And remember, you have a tailwind.
Right. Let's take a knockdown 8. No working the ball.
All right. And that will cut any wind in half.
Right.
So 33.
All right. That's a 2. Be a little long.
Yeah, I think so. 435, right 5 with no green roll.
Okay.
455, right 5. So that I forgot what the pin's at. Oh, I can just add it here. 10, 20, 30, 5, right 5. So you're going to be just above here. 2 diagonals, right. Try to line that up a little bit better.
On in regulation, that's been a while. Small gifts.
36 feet for a birdie opportunity. Okay, so I'm in the approach caddy range here. Good news and bad news. The approach caddy allows you to be able to kind of pinpoint your shots a little bit better. But the bad news is that you according to the APBA rules, you can't knock down those shots, right?
Right.
So this could really be subjected to wind, and where it would target me to would be that spot right there, one straight away. And I'd have to get my cheat sheet out here. That's hole 11. Hole 11. If I'm short and I'm off the center line, I'm either in the fairway or the rough. So I don't want to be short. So I don't want to hit it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the approach caddy. And again, for new users, might not be familiar with this. What I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to be hitting a sand wedge, I think. So let me turn the path off here. I'm still going to hit from the south. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, I hit the wrong button. I meant to hit the off button. All right, so that turns off the approach caddy. My carry objective is still 100. I don't know why this didn't fill out. That's an interesting turn of events. It may be because I hit that. Let me see if I can reset everything here. I've not seen that before. All right, so let me just do this over. Close this. I'm gonna put this back the way it was. So this is how it was before I started fooling with everything. Let me close this again. I'm gonna turn this off. Now I'm gonna hit the all-in-one button. And I'm going to check this common WI, and why is it not coming up? It turned the approach caddy back on again. All right, there we go. That was there may be something going on there that shouldn't be happening, but I'm not going to stop and fool with it now. That's not a major thing. So I'm going to hit a knockdown sand wedge. All right. And let's see what happens here. Roll the dice. A 52, that's not a great number. That's a 26. So it really, I took all that time and it's not going to make any difference in terms of shot. 420, right 20, and roll 5. So 420, right 20.
Trap?
10. Yeah, I'm just stuck right there.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'll just click that, I'm in the sand trap. And of course, I'll be up again.
Yep. Got a couple of sand points left.
I do. I've still got this. So I have a good angle now. So what I'm going to do, I am going to use a sand point, but here's where I'm going to target. I'm going to use your ball to show. I'm going to target right there, that spot right there, which is one diagonal away. We'll come back here, change this, get rid of that 5 there, and we'll make that 430. And I'll hit from the east. That's okay. I'm not going to change that. And I know that says call 20, but I'm going to, because the 2 pin distance is 25, I need to use the 25 over here. I am going to take a sand point, knock that off there, and claim it there. All right, so here goes. 44 is a 2 in the A column. And it didn't work in my favor. I went 430, right 5. And remember, there's no roll with the approach caddy. So 430, right 5. I think that puts me right there.
Yep. So 2 straight.
I think, am I wrong about that? I think it's a straight and a diagonal. Yeah, because it's at
425. Right.
Yeah, so I'm going to be at 27 feet, and you're on the green already. So let's go over to the putting boards, and you're far, but you're putting for a birdie at 36 feet.
Yeah.
So what would you like to do?
I'm going to play it safe. I want to run it up too much here. If I get a good roll, I get a good roll. But
and you didn't. 34.
Yeah. 29.
4 feet. And 31.
22.
That's it.
Okay.
26 there. All right. So you say par anyway. Now I got 27 feet. Annika's a good putter.
I'll go for everything.
I'll go for it. 16, not a good roll. That's going to be a 25 from 27. 5 feet, missed it. Second roll is a double one.
Yeah, so shouldn't be a problem there.
That's a 3. That's it. All right. So you gained a stroke back. Good for you.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go on to hole 12. All right. Hole 12 is going to be a 495-yard par 4. So we're back to minus 40 over here. Load that hole. All right, let's take a look at the hole. Pin number 6 is right here, I believe. we've got this dog leg at 305. And so, both of us have the length to hit there, but if you come up short, if you roll another 53, you can end up there.
I know.
Depending on the wind, right? So let's take a look at the wind. So we have no wind on this, and you're going to be up. That dog leg, by the way, is a normal dog leg at 305.
Well, you're up.
Oh, no. Let's see. You won that last one.
I parred. You bogeyed, right?
Yeah. So you're up.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh, let me show you the screen here.
Yeah.
There you
go. Phil. Yeah, let's go driver. $55, $60, $65. Driver, no aim. Let's.
All right. Seems reasonable. 56. Well, 53 would have been better.
14.
Oh.
Yeah.
So 255, right 30, 30 roll. 255, right 30. So 255, right 30. So 10, 20. This may work out great for you.
Yeah, really not that bad.
Roll 30, 10, 20, 30. You're in the fairway.
Yeah.
Based on my.
Yeah. Nope. I got it.
That's a perfect shot.
Yeah.
You scoundrel. You suckered me.
As Elvis Costello says, accidents will happen.
All right, 285, right 30 in the fairway. All right, so Annika's, she's 275 with the 40-yard tee bonus. So I'm going to hit a driver. I do have that bounce back that I could use here. And that'll take me right. Yes, I'm going to use the bounce back here. 2, just to keep track of that. Driver, that'll make this a 4. I'll take the average W. I don't think it's going to make a lot of difference. All right. And we'll hit this ball. 275, right 10, roll 25. So 275, right 10, roll 25 is going to put me right there. $300 right 10 in the fairway. So you got your wish. I got my other bogey.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if you get another one.
If you joined us late on the live stream, feel free to let us know that you're there. If you have questions about what we're doing or comments on play, feel free to share them. Love to hear from folks. Jeff, your carry objective is 220.
220.
And looks like you're short-sided.
Short-sided. That's only 5 right. That's not too bad. Kind of between clubs. Let's go 4-iron.
All right. Anything else?
Let's work the ball 5 right.
All right.
Let's see if an A can do something for me here.
All right. So your shot is a 16.
That's a 12. That goes right.
Yeah, in the W column. And then
46 or 32. So this did not work.
Well, let's see. 470, right 25, and then roll 15. 470, right 25.
I think I'm going to get a roll of 5 and go in the deep rough.
Yep. You're right there. Okay. So roll a 5. Deep rough. Okay. So I've got a carry objective of 195. I'm also short-sighted, but as you pointed out, that pin's pretty close to the center line. It's not a huge deal. I'm going to hit a 3-iron and not going to do anything with it. Just hit it. 33. That may be too much. Let's see. So that's a 2. 500 right 5. So it landed 1 square past the pin. We can tell from that. And then it's going to roll 2 more squares because it's going to be on the green. It's going to roll 2. So I'm going to be 3 squares away. But just to show everybody what I'm talking about. So the shot lands here and then gets 10 roll. So it finishes up there, and that's 3 squares or 3 straights, however you prefer to think of it. So my birdie opportunity is 39 feet. All right. And your call distance is 30 yards, and you're short-sighted.
Yep. Yep. Just straight up.
So it's gonna, it's gonna target. It's gonna target 1 square. It's gonna be the center line, right? Because you're short-sighted.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right, just leave it the way it is.
Yep.
And you aim from the east. Is what you're okay with that?
Yep.
Okay. 22.
All right. That's a 2. Might be 1 short.
Hopefully this will go 5 right, maybe. No, same deal as last time. All right. So you're hitting. You're going to be 1 straight away. All right. So again, you're hitting from the east. That's what we decided, right? So I'm going to use the ball marker here. You're targeting here. So you're 5 short. So you go that way, and then you could go that way, which might be the fairway or green, but it doesn't really matter because you can choose to go that way, and you'll be 1 straight away.
Yep.
Nine feet. Good shot.
All right. Single digits. That's good.
All right. We're both on the green. I'm going to play it safe from 39 feet. 41 is a 19. She misses it by 2 feet. Second roll is a 61, which is a 13, and that's obviously in. Okay. You're 9 feet. You're going for it.
Go for it.
63.
26.
Sorry.
Yep.
Missed it by 2.
12 is a 22.
And that'll be.
Yep.
All right. All right. So you gave me that stroke back there.
Yeah, it was fun while it lasted.
Okay. Let's come over to 13. Let's see. 13. Oh, it's going to be a par 5, right?
Yep.
So that means that we make a 50-yard adjustment for Annika. Load hole 13. See how easy this is once you have the settings right. I mean, it's like, watching. I had to wait several days to watch the video from last time because it was just so painful. It was, and then watching it was cringeworthy. I mean, it was. I haven't cringed that much since I watched Curb Your Enthusiasm. I mean, it was so cringeworthy because I could see all the things that were going wrong. And, other people who are new to this might not, notice any of them, or not nearly the number that I did. Well, anyway, we got swirling wind on hole 13 here. Let me pull it up and show everybody. Let's see. I think that's hole 6 there. Let's get it on camera. Right. Yeah, right there. So this is a par 5, and like lots of par 5s, these grid lines are sometimes a little bit fuzzy. And we got another dog leg here, That looks like, I can't tell what distance that is. It's fuzzy on it's at 275, but it's a gentle dog leg, so it won't come into play.
Right.
All right, and I'm going to be up now. And where do I want to hit the ball? So we said that's 275. Yeah, right. I just went in right down the middle if I can. And that dog leg is gentle, so it won't affect anything. All right, so I'll just use the driver and roll the dice. I got swirling wind, so no telling what could happen with that. 32. But she has a 4 on that, Jeff. I'm so sorry to tell you.
It still has a 22. That's okay.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I mean, I don't know that there's a card out there that can beat this card. I thought Mickelson's card is not this good.
No.
I mean, and he has a great card, but
yeah.
All right, so let's see what the wind does. Well, the wind carries me an additional 5 and then 5 more to the right. So I took the average W, which shaved off 5, and then this added another 5. So it lands at 290, right 15, and then we'll get 25 roll. So 290, right 15, and that's either fairway or intermediate rough. Doesn't matter either way. It's going to get that full 30 roll. So it's going to end up. It's going to be in the intermediate rough up here, I think. At 320.
320.
Right.
Yep.
I would say that's intermediate rough. Did I say 30 roll? That's not correct. It should be 25 roll. So I'm at 315, right 15. So I've got that. I've got the ball in the wrong spot. Let me go back and look.
It's still intermediate, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. All right. So IR right there. And you're up.
Okay. Aim 5 left and hit driver.
23.
11.
Oh boy. So you had no wind.
No wind. All right, got a break there.
75 left 40.
Oof.
And then 30 roll if you get it, but I don't.
Now you're gonna get it.
I'm surprised the ball carried that far. That's an unusual shot to hit that distance with that far left. But an 11 is the kind of number that can do that. So it's not a game caddy thing. I'm aware that number goes long.
Yeah.
So 275 left 40.
Puts me in the trees.
10, 20. And here's where we have 2 grid lines. And you can pick which one you want. 30, 40. So either way, it's in the trees. It's not going to make any difference.
Right.
All right. And we were doing the tree bounce, weren't we?
Sure. Yep, you are. Yeah.
All right. So let's see what happens. So the ball bounces 5 yards to the right. All right. Well, that helps you.
Yeah, helps you a little.
Maybe. Let's see. So did I go 40 right? I've lost track of how far that went. Let me do it on the straight line. 10, 20, 30, 40. So 5 right will either put you there or there. And if we're playing like the strict rules that we talked about last time, I tell you what, I'm not going to get anal about this, right? I'm going to say you're there. That's a grid line that's kind of in no man's land. So other people have heard me talk about this many times, and I know you have, Jeff, but there might be some new viewers, right? So the way that some of the course holes are drawn for every APBA course is that you can have sometimes, because of the positions of dog legs, you can have extra grid lines or you can have missing grid lines that are there. In this case, we have an extra grid line. And so what I always say is take whatever works to your advantage, right? Don't make the game harder than it needs to be. So if we take that location instead of the first one would have you under a tree. This one has you in the regular rough. So let's just keep you in the regular rough if you're okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
But you're not going to get any roll, right? Because
no, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. So now you're at 275 left 35, and we'll call that regular rough. And you're not blocked by trees.
All right.
But you are going to be up again. All right. So
Yeah.
here's what you're looking at here, real quick. You have a good angle for whatever that's worth.
It ain't worth much.
I don't think.
Help me out with the distance calculator. Can you see
Okay.
what it would take to get to 535?
270.
It's a long way. Everyone's going to go 250. Yeah, let's try it. Let's go 3-wood. No aim.
Okay, just something else to point out here. Because of the dice roll that the game caddy did for you automatically, as it does all these, right? You're going to get 5 extra fairway roll on this shot, but you've also got the ball above your feet. So even though Phil's left-handed,
Right.
all golfers in the game caddy are right-handed.
Right.
So that means that this ball will have a tendency to go to your left.
Right.
And I forgot, you said 3-wood. I mean, you could change your club.
No, it's okay. 3-wood, 5 right.
Let's see. You have a good angle, so I don't have to do with anything. Okay. Well, actually, you can't aim on a second shot on a par 5. So
right. Okay.
you can work the ball if you want. Again, that's an APBA rule. It's a
That's okay.
Rule, but, okay.
Yep. Just hit it.
Just leave it alone.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Oh my God, another 34.
13.
All right. So let's see what happens with all the things going on here. So you had swirling wind that carried you an extra 10 and pushed the ball 5 to the left. It doesn't look like you were affected by the ball being above your feet. So unfortunately, though, the ball went 505, left 35, and that's because of the shot.
Okay.
And a little bit of wind. So 505, left 35.
Deep rough.
Yeah, and you're not going to get your roll.
Yeah.
All right. Annika actually does have a bad number on a 34. So, all right, I'm in the intermediate rough, and because of the dice roll that the game caddy did, I'm going to lose 5 on the carry here. Of course, we don't know what's going to happen with the swirling wind. I'm just going to grip it and rip it. 4-wood. 45 is a 5. And I got 10 extra carry, and the ball went 5 left. So it goes 5, 20, 15 left, roll 15. 5, 20, 15 left. So that's going to be in the rough, or is it?
Yep.
Is that rough?
Yeah, that's rough.
So it'll roll 10 instead of 15, and then it rolls to the intermediate rough.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, this is a lot actually clearer. If I stop looking at the course board and I just look at my computer screen, I can see things much better than. All right. So put a 10 in here.
520 might be less than a square technically. That may be intermediate. You may get extra 5.
Will it affect where my ball ends up?
Yeah.
No.
Well,
it would still be intermediate rough, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
And because I'm going to be 85 yards out, it's not going to have any. That would change it to 80. Right. It's not going to have any effect on the next shot.
Okay.
So
It's good.
Good eyes, though. All right, so you got a deep rough with a buried lie, no knockdown, no work the ball, and the maximum is a pitching wedge. And you're 115 carry objective with a good angle, but you can't aim. Oh no, excuse me. You can aim, you just can't work the ball.
Pitching wedge from the rough. It's a 3. That's plenty. Gap wedge.
Yeah, that not being able to knock the ball down with a swirling wind.
Yeah, I
could be
know.
hairy. And you,
Yep.
yeah, so you're good.
Let's go
Anything else?
sand wedge.
Oh, sand wedge. Okay.
Yep. Gosh. All right, sand wedge. Aim 5 right.
All right, ready?
Yep.
25.
All right. That's a 3. That's my average.
You want to take it?
No, because I worked the ball 5. That puts me there already. So I'm gonna not take it. I'm gonna take it and take less 5. I'm sorry. Yeah.
It would go to the right.
Right.
So
Yeah. So reduced by 5. Right.
All right. Here we go.
Yep.
See what the swirling wind does to you, if anything. Oh, it carried you 15 and blew you 5 left. So you got the 5 right. That worked out perfectly. But you're going to be 5 yards longer than where the pin is, and then you're going to roll another 5. So you're going to be 2 straights away. So 6-15. That's really, given where you were, that was a good shot. So you're going to roll from there to there, and you're on the green there.
Okay.
I don't need my little cheat sheet for that. That is on the green. I can tell that.
Yeah.
So 2 straights.
Okay.
You know, someone today emailed me about, playing, and they said they had some motor problems with their hands, and, could you use the game caddy? Well, assuming that you can, hunt and peck and use a keyboard and control a mouse well enough, that may be a big assumption. But I think the problem that they were referring to was being able to move the ball markers. And, once you get skilled at using the game caddy, you don't even need to use ball markers. I mean, because the game caddy's keeping track of everything for you right here. I like to use it just, maybe out of tradition, but you don't have to use ball markers. Okay, so 2 straights. 21 feet.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
All right, and now just see where I am. I'm here. I'm going to get rid of your marker there, Jeff.
Yep.
I've got a good angle. I'm in the intermediate rough, which is the same as the fairway from that distance. Let's click the all-in-one menu button here. So 85. So we'll do that, and I'll just go right for the pin. Can't knock it down because it's the approach club. Oh, 26. This is a 12. And now, all right, a 12 is one of those numbers on the result board that it's an absolute outcome here. So it overrides anything else, including if we have any wind here. So this is just going to be whatever it is. A 12, 24, and 36 are often those 3 numbers. So hole plus die roll, okay? So we don't have to worry about the wind at all. You can see there was wind there, but you just ignore that. So hole plus die roll. So I'm going to press Control D to do the die roll, and roll. It's die, not dice. So I'm 5 feet away, and she is merciless. So we'll put the ball on the green here, and I'll stick a 5 in the putt distance box. We're both on the green. And you've got a 21-foot putt for possible birdie. You going for it or not?
Yeah, you didn't develop the gimme button on this, did you? Huh? Yeah, we'll go for it.
It doesn't work for 21 feet.
We'll go for it.
All right, let's get a good roll for you. Yes,
finally. Right. That's a 3.
All right, and you would have made that even if you played it safe, right? That 3 would be good down there. It's good. It's in. All right. Crowd roars again. A classic Phil shot. Just when you think, the chips are down, he finds a way to
without touching the fairway.
All right. And I'll go for it from 5. Well, I have to. Oh, there's a 34. There's a bad number. 27. I'm going to miss that. 27 is a tap in.
Wow.
All right. So you got your stroke back again.
All right.
Back and forth here. So she on again's over the par 5, and you got a birdie 4. All right. All right. So we still got some ground to make up here, but realistically, I feel like we should only look at tonight's scores and ignore whatever happened on the front 9 for all the reasons that we've talked about, right? So if we just look at tonight, we're both 1 over. Let's go to hole 14. All right. So hole 14. Oh, this is going to be a par 3, and this is a short par 3. So up to 199. You make it a -10 over here. And we have no wind for this hole. Balls landing past green roll an additional 10 yards. You do have a momentum point that you can use. And let me call up the course people to see. Oh, but a terrible pin placement.
Yeah.
All right. So here's that pin placement. So I mean, you can use your momentum point and probably, well, for sure, put the ball on the green. Yeah. But you may not be anywhere near the pin.
Yeah.
Because you can't work the ball.
Right. Let's go. We have no wind, right?
We have no wind.
Let's go 7-iron. Work the ball 10 right.
All right. You ready?
Yep.
Oh, so your shot is a 46. You may get an absolute result here too.
That's a 32.
No, you're using a 7-iron, right?
Oh, sorry. 24.
Yeah. And then I'll put the 12 in here because sometimes these are absolute outcomes, sometimes they're not. I think it probably is in this case, but let's
that would be a 4.
Okay. Yeah. So you got a hole plus dice roll. Now it's a dice roll, so that means 2 dice.
Okay, I'll take it.
All right. So I'll do the control D here.
Yep.
And you're going to be, oh, look at that, 3 feet away. Add 2 dice.
All right.
All right. So we'll put the ball in the green. And I'll just stick a 3 in there. Great shot. Fantastic. All right, I kind of liked your strategy. So a 7-iron and work the ball. The ball is 22. I like exactly what you did. Now, whether I can roll a 46 or not, I don't know. But I'm going to work the ball 10 right. Here we go. 33. It's going to be a 2. And then a 12. That's not a good number for her. That's a 13.
Huh.
She didn't have that 4 like you did.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll see what happens here. So it went 20. Oh, so it went 20 right. I may be okay here. I may be off the green. I can't tell her. Yeah. So 170 right 20, and this goes 175 right 20. If it's on the green, there's no roll, but I can't see because of where I've got the marker. So let me move this marker. Oh, I'm not on the green. I overshot. So my ball lands right there. And then I'm going to get that 10 additional roll plus, see, I've got, so this is going to roll 15 from that spot. And the 10 additional roll comes from this. Ball's landing past green. Daggone it.
Wow.
So 190 right 20 altogether. And I'm going to be in the regular rough.
It was too good of a roll on her first shot.
Yeah,
weren't counting on that 2.
Yeah, so that ball ended up right there.
Right.
Thankfully, I'm going to be close enough that I don't have to hit to the center line.
Right.
But so yeah, so I'm to the pin. I'm 20 yards, so I can that alleviates the need for me to hit to the center line and to worry about good angles and all that other stuff. All right, so we'll do this from the rough. 55 is a 2. And that's going to be 8 feet. Let's put the ball in the green. Come over here. I'm going to be out again. You don't like to play golf and be the one hitting right after you just hit. So go for it from 8 feet. Let's see if she can say par. 34. That's the same number again. 27 from 8 feet. Missed it by 2 feet. And then 65 is a 16. That's in. All right. So a bogey. And then you're 3 feet for a birdie.
Let's
You
go,
gain
Phil.
two-stroke swing here. 15.
And that's an 8.
That's in.
All right. Here he comes.
Look at you.
Here he comes.
Look at this. So again, if we just look at tonight, you've got 2 strokes on me here, and you're playing even par at golf. Well done. Okay, so we got hole 15 coming up. Hole 15 is going to be a par 4, and it plays at 460 from that pin location. So that's going to be a minus 40 down here. Transfer that. 15. All right, and we have a headwind minus 10 carry. And the second shot, you're going to lose 10 yards as well.
Okay.
Let me get the course up for you. All right, hole number 6 is right there. And the course is here. So we've got a little bit of wind on the front end, and then we're hitting uphill on the second half of this hole. And this is a gentle dog leg, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
Right. Well, I'm going to use my momentum finally.
Okay.
And we'll go driver. And so that'll be a 4. I'll use my average to knock it down.
And those are your only options. So
Right.
255, right 10, roll 25. You're sitting right there.
280, right 10, right?
Yep.
Okay.
In the fairway. All right. All right. I'm out of bounce backs. I'm out of all my points. Let's see here. Oh, let's just grip it and rip it. 61 is a 6. So she didn't get all of it, but I think it'll be all right here.
It'll be okay.
Yeah. So this is going to go 255, right 15, roll 25. So 255, right 15. That's intermediate rough.
Yep.
And then how much roll did I say?
25?
Did I say 25? I can't
I
remember.
think that's what you said.
So that's going to put it there. And that looks like intermediate rough, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was 25. Yeah, okay.
280, right 15, intermediate rough. Okay. So my carry objective is 200 yards.
We got to take off the minus 10 for the second shot.
Thank you. And I'm also have a further penalty because I'm in that intermediate rough and I didn't
Right.
get a good roll. So, all right. So that's the minus 10 for you and me. I lose another 5 yards because that intermediate rough and the ball goes 5 left as well, which is not the direction I want to go. Yeah. And I'm short-sighted, so I'd have to work the ball if I want to try to hit it to the right. Okay, so that's a lot going on there. 2 iron, almost definitely put it in that bunker. Tell you what, I'm just going to hit long, I think. I'm going to hit a 4-wood. I'm not going to bother to work the ball. I'm just going to hit a 4-wood. I may not end up on the green. Ideally, I just like to stay out of that bunker and not be in those trees. Okay. So, here we go. Uh-oh, clobbered it. I may be in those trees. 46 is a 33. So 455, I think I'll be right. 455 left 10. And then if I'm on the green, and that's not going to be on the green, I don't think. So it's 25 fairway roll. So 455 left 10. Oh no, I'm in the bunker. I just splat.
Yep.
There we go. All right. Yeah. So I'm just in the sand. All right. You're up. This is what you're looking at.
All right. So I got 200, huh?
Yeah. Carry objective 200.
It's right in between there.
Yeah, you're kind of in the same situation I was in.
Yeah. Let's go. I don't want to be. Yeah, let's go. Let's go 4 iron and hope I don't get all of it. I'm due for a clunker roll.
You want to work the ball?
No, let's let it go.
53. You didn't get all of it.
No, that's a 7.
So 440 left 5. So and then 10 roll. 440 left 5. So 440, 35, 40 left 5, and then 10 roll.
Yep.
So you're only going to get 5 roll because you're in the rough.
Right.
So that's still going to leave you in the rough, I think.
Yep. That's not terrible though.
No. All right. I'm away just because I'm player 3. We're both 15 yards away. I am going to take that 3rd sand point.
Use it or lose it.
Yeah. And 15 sand point. Roll. 42 is a 3. It should be okay. 3 feet away.
Oof. All right. Same for me.
53 again.
3.
And you're 5 feet away.
Yeah.
The difference between being in the fairway versus in the rough.
Right.
Since I used my sand point. Okay, so you're far at 5 feet. Here we go.
Yep.
56.
24.
That's in.
Ooh, just made it.
All right. Say par. Let's see if I can do the same. 12 is a 22. That'll be in from 3 feet. That was a little bit of an adventure, but no damage done either way.
Nope.
All right, so hole 16. 16 is a 480-yard par 4. So that is going to be a minus 40. Tee shots carry plus 15 for both of us. And let me show the hole to everybody here. 16. Once again, in the front of the green here. Right there. So you're going to be, I'm sure, targeting for somewhere in this vicinity here. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. And remember, you're going to carry 15 automatically.
Right.
So what's your pleasure? Oh, you have a 5 right wind.
All right. Let's aim 5 left.
All right. There's one quick thing here. I don't know if Carl is leaving us or not, but he says, thanks, guys. Great job. Very informative. You're very welcome, Carl. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support. Okay.
Aim 5 left.
Thank you.
And driver.
All right.
Let's see what happens.
12. That might be all right. This card. No, it's not.
21.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what happens here. 285 left 50. Carl may have left before things got really interesting here. 285 left 50 and then roll 30, but you're going to be
rolling. That's deep rough. Yeah.
Yeah. 285, 50. Okay. So 285, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. You may be blocked by trees too on your next shot. Have to figure that out. All right. So deep rough. I don't know if you're blocked by trees, so I'm not going to put anything here at the moment. You can be looking at that if you want yourself.
Yeah. Just looking for a straight edge. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I'll do the same in terms of aiming 5 left. Driver. 63 is a 5 on her card. That's interesting. Okay, so this is going to go 285 left 15, 25 roll. 285 left 15. So left 15 at 285, that is rough.
Yep.
So it's only going to get 15 roll. Now the question is, that's intermediate rough there.
Absolutely, yeah.
Are you blocked or not?
I am blocked. Yeah, I've got 5. 10.
I mean, if you used a short enough club, maybe you'd be all right. Let's see, club maximum. Yeah. How much clearance do you have? Do you know?
I got 8 squares.
8. See, 8 diagonals. No, wait a minute.
8 diagonals. Yeah.
No, not 8 diagonals. It can't be 8 diagonals. Let's see. Let me look here. So
1, 2, 3.
Let me just quick look at this. I'm gonna again. We have lots of new players here, so we'll show you what I'm doing here. I'm gonna get rid of my marker here just so it's a little bit easier to see. We got to put one end of the yardstick at the front of the green. We got to come over here and match that up with where your ball location is. And then we follow along this line here and so that point right there is where you are blocked. Okay, so that's going to be 1 diagonal, 2 diagonals, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straights. So 8 straights and 2 diagonals. And come up here to the tree distance calculator. 8 straights, 2 diagonals. So you have 55 yards of clearance, which means that you could hit an 8-iron to a sand wedge anywhere in there. Now, whether that's going to get you where you need to be is
right.
doesn't matter. So that would be from 155 down to 115, and you need 220.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to do that, then we have to hit around trees.
We're going to hit around the trees.
Okay. All right. So first thing we need to do is click the hit around trees. And see, the dog leg here is a gentle dog leg, so we don't have to factor that in. That's good. Right? Yeah. So that means you're going to have to aim 50 to the right because you're left of the center line. And again, for people who haven't seen other videos, the game caddy is internally actually doubling that number. So it's actually aiming 100 to the right. That's why you get an aiming distance adjustment of 30 yards. And that's an APBA rule, master game rule. Now you can work the ball. We got to come back to this. Depending on what club you select. So that's 250. So you're going to probably go with your longest club, aren't you? Or something similar.
Well, I'm going to also see if they let me.
Yeah, it may not. It may not. Yeah, so at 3-wood, your maximum working the ball is 40 yards from the rough. Wait a minute now. Hold on. Hold your horses. I almost made another mistake here. You're in deep rough.
Right.
Okay.
Which
I totally missed before. So you probably don't want to hit around.
Yeah,
trees.
I don't. Yeah, because they're probably going to make me use nothing more than a 7-iron at most. So, or pitching wedge.
I'm surprised a warning didn't come up that you were in the deep rough. You know why? Because I recorded it as regular rough. That's fine. So I'm going to change that to deep rough.
Okay.
It's now you're going to lose an additional 10 yards because of that.
Okay.
Yeah, that was I recorded the line wrong.
Okay.
Once again, operator error, not the game caddy's fault. All right. But this time we caught it. But because I've already got this in motion, it's not going to know that you're limited to a pitching wedge.
Right.
If I'd done this in the right order, the game caddy would know that.
That's okay. So so I don't have to worry about hitting around trees. So just pitching wedge, hit away.
Yeah, and you can. That's right. You have enough clearance to use a pitching wedge.
Right.
So 31.
All right, that'll be a 3.
Which is your average eye? Do you want to take it?
Yes, I do.
All right, here we go. So 395 right 10 with 5 roll. So
390 fairway. Short-sighted, but right at the 400.
All right.
Right.
Well, we put a 4 in there. It'll take it, but it will seem strange. Okay. Now you're in the fairway. Let's get the right lie for you. Okay. Where am I? I took my thing off the board.
Oh, right.
300 left 15, right?
Right. Yeah.
And I am in the intermediate rough, and I've got 5 right wind. No penalty for being in the intermediate rough. 185 is my carry objective. I hit a 5-iron. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll hit a 5-iron. I have a good angle. I don't want to aim right because those bunkers are over there. I'll just hit away.
And you got a 5 right wind anyway, so that helps you.
Exactly. 56. There's a 4. I may be a little short here. So 470 right 10 with 5 rolls. So 470 right 10. 60, 70, right 10. Is that bunker or is that sand trap? I
think that's rough.
Right. Then I will roll 5 and I'll still be in the rough.
Yeah. I think you're just out of the trap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Regular rough. Oh, hey, we got some folks here. All right. I think Larry's here. Larry says, Scott, great to see you again. Old time player here. Welcome, Jeff.
Thank you.
Then,
Thank you, Larry.
Larry's an old friend of the show. Great game, Carl. And Game Caddy works so well, makes this game so much better. Watch and learn, Grasshopper. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. Kind words, Larry. All right. So let's see where we are here. You are short-sighted. And that pin is, let me get rid of my marker here. That pin is in a tough placement there.
Delicate spot there. Yep.
Let's see. I think I need to hit. Sort of lost track of where I am here. All in one menu. Yes, you're up. Your call distance is 80 yards. You're short-sighted. So for, again, the newbies out there, that's defaulting to this spot right here. And Jeff can move it anywhere along the center line he wants, but that's the current target. What would you like to do?
Add me 5 yards to make it 85.
All right.
So 485, I guess, will be. Yeah.
Right.
And that's it.
Okay.
That'll give me a good roll.
And you know you're going to have that 5 right too.
Right.
So just to draw your attention.
Right. That's okay.
485 right 5 is your ultimate target.
Right.
So I told people wrong actually because I forgot about the win. So your ultimate target is actually the pin location. Is that right?
Yep.
No, 5 past. So
Yep.
so you're currently targeting 1 straight past pin number 6 here.
Right.
Jeff, I know you know what you're doing, but I just want to make sure that people who are watching this that don't have your experience are clear on why things are happening the way that they are.
Yeah, just want to try to avoid the trap there. So,
yeah. So Jeff decided he wanted to hit a little bit longer, so we changed this from 480 to 485. But because of the wind, the actual target location now is 485 right 5 with the pin location at 480 right 5. And we've selected the club, and now I'm going to roll the dice finally. 14. What's that in the A column?
14.
All right, let's see. So the shot goes you may not have been as lucky. 475 right 10.
I think I'm where you are.
Are we neighbors?
5 yards behind you because you got the roll, so it should be still.
We're right on top of each other. Yeah, 475 right 10. Yeah. So we're both in the rough here.
Right.
Okay. All right. So I'm away again because my player number is lower than yours. To the pin distance is 5. From the rough, a 33 is a 2. So I'm going to be 6 feet away with the ball on the green.
Same shot for me.
Same deal.
Yep.
Okay. 62. What's your number?
3.
That's a better number. You're 4 feet away with the ball. All right. Let's go over to the putting boards. Yeah, from 6 feet out for a par. 13. I'm trying to make up strokes here, and I don't seem to be able to get the dice rolls for the putting. So a 25 from 6 feet, another tap in. So I'm going to bogey that hole again. Oh, man. The putting has really gone downhill for me.
Yeah. Go for it here, obviously.
23.
21.
You're in? So I don't gain any ground on you. All right. So for the back 9, you're 1 over. I am 3 over. And look I'm racking up these putts. All these 2 putts in here compared to your 1 putts.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go on to hole number 17. Before we do, I guess I should look over at the chats. Okay. Jim says, Scott, glad you and John got to speak. Yeah, we had a great conversation. Thank you for the introduction, Jim. I appreciate that. And Larry says, hey, Jim, Larry Thompson, okay, they're talking to each other, which is Wonderful.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So Empire, hole number 17. 17 is another par 3, and it's going to be, though, 215 yards. So that means it's going to be a minus 20 here instead of the minus 10 that we had before. Let's load hole number 17. And no wind. So let me call the course board up. Another pin location that's way out here on the edge.
Yep.
All right, so let's see what we're looking at here. Right there. 10 to the left off the center line. A bunch of bunkers. If you miss the green,
Yeah,
there's a good chance you're going to be in the bunker. And you're out of bounce backs.
Yep.
With no wind.
And we have no wind. Okay. 4.
215 is the carry objective.
Let's go 4 iron.
Yep.
And look the ball 5 left.
Okay. If you hear strange sounds coming from my microphone, is my dog is asleep behind me and appears to be deep in REM sleep and is chasing squirrels or something and making little yipping noises. All right, here we go. 5 left. 61 for your shot number.
That's a 5.
In the W column. Okay.
And 51 in the W column is a 3.
All right, let's see what we got here. 190, left 5, and then roll 10. Left 5.
85. Too short.
You hit the bunker, roll 10, but you're only going to roll 5, so you're going to come up short there. So you managed to make a liar out of me. You missed the green, but you aren't in a bunker. You're in the trap. Put a 5 in there.
Wait, Scott, take a look at that again.
Did I make a mistake?
Oh, you'd say 195 or one?
Yeah.
Okay. Nope, you're right.
Yeah, 195 left 5 with 5 roll.
Left 5. Right. Okay.
I think.
Yep. Nope, you're right.
Yeah, so it was 190 left 10 that with 5 roll because you were in the rough.
80, 85, 95. Right. You're correct. Okay. I thought I was hearing 190 left 5. That's why I thought I was in the bunker, but it was left 10. Okay.
And I may have said that. I'm famous for saying one thing but meaning something else. So my carry objective is 195. So that's looks like a 3 iron, doesn't it? 3 iron.
It's going to give you some roll though.
Yeah. I think only 10. I mean, I could look all this stuff up. I don't want to slow us down to do that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a 3 iron, and do I want to work the ball left? Yeah, because I don't want to be in. If I do go long, I could end up on the right there. And she's an A rating for working the ball left. Yeah, this might be a little bit aggressive, but let's just see what happens. 35 is a 4. All right, and I'll take the average W on that. And you're supposed to make that decision before you look at the work the ball number. That's written into the APBA rules.
Yep.
Whether you do it or not, I'm not checking on you. Golf's a gentleman's game, but that's the way the rule reads. And then 64 in the W column is also a 4. So let's see what happens here. So this goes 205 left 10. All right, that's kind of what I was hoping for, and then 10 roll. I may put this on the pin here. I think I did.
Yeah.
205 left 10. That's right there, and then roll 10. I'm on the pin. Let's see if I got a hole in one here. Okay, guys, hold your breath. Hole in one. Drum roll. Leave these blank. Hit the calc button. Ooh, 5 feet away. That's not even the closest to the pin tonight. You had 3 feet, but I'll take it. I'm not unhappy with that at all.
I'll trade you.
Yeah. Okay, so this is your situation. Get rid of my marker there. And you're going to be close enough that we can just do the automatic stuff here.
That's right.
So yeah, you're 20 to the pin. So we'll just come over here. Nothing for you to do. Your roll's a 31.
It's a 2.
And you're going to end up 8 feet from the pin. Come over the players to the putting boards. And you want me to, you're going for it, I assume?
Yeah, I'm going for it.
13.
You're going to get it. I'm going for it. 25.
Yeah. So missed it by 2.
56 is a 24.
And that's going to be in from 2 feet. All right. My chance to get those 2 strokes back.
Yeah.
All right. From 5 feet. Come on, Annika. 42. 23. It's not a great roll, but that's great enough. That's in. 24.
Just like that.
All right. Yep. All right. So what's our difference now? We're tied on the back 9. Yep. We're both 2 over. This has not been a stellar round, but we knew Empire was tough, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We knew this is it's one of the older courses. It looks pretty simple because it's one of the older courses. But these narrow fairways and all these bunkers,
no legs.
Yeah, this is a tough course. All right, so let's go over here to Empire and look at what hole number 18 is. It is also a par 4, and our yardage is going to be, 410, and that means I'm going to get a 30-yard break on the tee shot. Transfer hole 18. So this is fun. This is coming down to the wire. Again, I wrote off the front 9 for you anyway because of all the problems that I ran into last week with the not knowing how to use the game caddy. So this is the true test of our players' abilities. All right, we have a swirling wind. How fitting for the last couple, just to add another element of difficulty here. Let's look at what 18 looks like. We got a pin placement there, sort of near the center line. And here we go. Let me move this that way. Another narrow fairway. This is the 275 area right in here. Lots and lots of sand. And bunkers all around. Okay. So let's see. I'll be up first here, right? Yeah. Tee shot
plus
10 yards. So we're hitting downhill for the tee shot and then uphill for the second shot.
That's another crazy thing with this course. Lots of uphills and downhills.
Yep. Okay. So 235 with the driver, but we're going to add 40 to that. So that's 275 if I go with the driver. I think I'm actually going to go with the 4-wood here. And I'm going to aim 5 left. I'm out of momentums. That's too bad. Yep. Okay. 44. Now the driver would have been fine, but I was playing a little bit conservatively. Yep. So I got a 3 here. Let's see what the swirling wind does to me. Nothing. So 255 left 15, 15 roll. 255 left 15, 15 rolls. I'm right there with a good angle.
Yep.
You agree?
Yep.
270 left 15 is mine.
So I got you.
Okay. What would you like to do?
Let's go 3-wood. Aim 5 left. That's it.
31. That's a good number, right? You want to take your average W?
Yeah. Let's see what the wind does.
-10 and then 5 left. So you're going to have a good angle too. 250, left 5, roll 20. You're right next to me.
Right.
Nice shot.
Take it.
All right, so let me put the 20 in before I forget about it. 270 left 5, fairway. I can feel the tension building here. Now we're going to lose 10. This is our uphill shot.
Right.
Applies to both of us. So 155 is the carry objective. I'm going to knock this down. So a 7-iron, knock down. And I'm going to aim 5 right. Why not go for the pin here? That may be a silly thing to do with swirling wind, though. I think it is a silly thing. I'm gonna cancel that. With the swirling, if I didn't have the wind, I would definitely do it. With the swirling wind, even with the knockdown, I mean, you can get blown 30 yards on something.
Absolutely, yeah.
So 15 is a 2. I'm going to be a little bit long here, unless the wind blows me back. And no wind. So 415, right 5, and no green roll. So yeah, I'm going to be 1 straight pass, which is absolutely fine, right? So 415, right 5 puts me 1 straight pass, and there's no roll.
That's correct.
And give me a low number here, something I can birdie. 7 feet, I'll take it.
All right. 3. So I got 150, huh?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. 150 is your carry objective.
Okay. I'd like to get rid of that wind. Let's see, 9-iron gives me 145, no roll. So that leaves me a little short.
You said get rid of that wind? Did you want to knock down the shot?
I was just looking at maybe a knockdown. Let's go 8-iron knockdown. And I'm going to aim 5 right.
Okay. An aggressive play here.
I got to take a shot at this.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
63.
Yeah, it's 16.
Yeah, I don't think aiming 5 right is going to be a problem.
Yeah,
395, left 10. And if you're on the green, no roll.
Didn't have to work the ball or no? Didn't have
No, you aimed.
Oh, I aimed. Right.
You aimed.
Oh, right.
Yeah. 395, left 10.
Ush.
So 75, 85.
80.
You're not on the green, but you get 5 roll. You had 5 fairway roll. So that does put you on the green.
Right. No, hell
But
of
you're
a
going to have a
putt.
putt here. So that's going to be 1, 2 diagonals and a straight.
Okay.
And let's check that just to make sure I do everything right.
That's what I got it.
You do? Okay.
1 straight, 2 diagonal.
So you're going to have a 51-footer here. And are you feeling lucky, Punk?
Well, look, you're sitting 7 feet away. Let's go for it. I didn't come here to come in second here.
That's my best Dirty Harry, which obviously isn't very good.
That's pretty good.
Okay. All right. So Phil from 51. Well, let's take a look at what you need here. So 51. You need a 1 or a 2 if you play it safe to make it. If you go for it, a 1 to a 4. So you're going.
I have to have a 66.
Okay, here it goes.
No, it's 66. Well, I got some chops.
You got a 66.
That is a 1. That is a 1.
You made it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. Now who is the pressure on here?
Yeah.
Holy cow. This is unbelievable. Well, I'm going to the wrong. I'm so shook up. I forgot what I'm supposed to click on here. A 51-foot putt.
Yeah, it's calling your shot. That's what it is.
All right. Let me get this back to normal size. Okay. All right. So for a 7, obviously I'm going for it. So that's 7 to 9 feet. I need, and this is for a birdie. So I got to get somewhere between a 1 and a 20 to sink this. Here goes the roll. 51.
Yep, that looks good.
No, that's a 23 on her card.
Oh,
that's a 23. Phil has a 12 on that number. Annika has a 23.
Wow.
So it's no good. You have beat me fair and square on the back 9. Yeah. Yes. So let's see, 7 feet. Let's do this again. 23. Missed it by a foot. And then the next roll was a 33. I needed them the other way around.
Yeah, right.
That's a 6. All right. Well done, my friend.
I feel like I salvaged myself this round. That was
yeah. So one over on the back 9, 6 over overall, but that's because of that screwy front 9, and then 2 over for me on the back 9, and you can see 30 putts for the round, 16 of which came on the back 9.
Right.
So putting was a challenge for Annika, whereas you had 13 putts on the back 9 and 28 overall. And while there were problems with the game caddy, or not really with the game caddy, but on the front 9, while there were issues, the issues weren't with putting. And so Phil racked up a total with that last putt, of course, 122.5 feet of putts made. And of course, the half foot comes from the tap in. And by comparison, Annika had 87, which isn't shabby. I would say it's about average, right? At least in terms of APBA golf, it might be a little higher than the average if we were looking at actual LPGA putters. But for the average, but my longest putt, of course, was only 16 feet. Yours was 51. And then, we've got this other stuff in here in terms of 71% fairways, 64% fairways. Pretty similar there. 61% greens and regulations. Phil had trouble finding the greens, as you well know. 39%.
Absolutely.
And I had a couple of sand saves. I was in the bunkers 3 times, 2 sand saves, and you were only in once, but with no sand saves. And then this longest drive, I don't even know if this longest drive is accurate. Well, it is for me, 295. I don't know if it is for Phil, given the weirdness of the first round, but I'm sure it's not far off from what it actually was, if it is off. Okay, Jeff, this was so much fun. I really enjoyed it.
It was.
We have to do this again.
Definitely.
Anything you'd like to say before we sign off?
No, I mean, today was smooth sailing. We also learned things, which was great because, for those that have the LPGA cards, now we know how to do it. So in a way, maybe the last round was good that we made a mistake there, because now we see what the mistake is. So, I had a lot of fun, and the game caddy makes it fun.
Yeah.
And the company.
Well, yeah, and thanks to everybody that came out, whether you chose to weigh in during the chat. That's entirely a personal decision. But for those that did weigh in, did let us know that you're here. Really appreciate the support. And until next time, grip it and rip it.
Have a good night, everybody. Good night, Scott.
Good night.